Over a year now, I have not spoken to you in my official capacity as the opposition coalition CUPP spokesperson. This was because I lost my voice while I was being held in illegal detention on the instigation of the APC government and the indicted Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, when we rejected their anti-people agenda. I lost absolute control of my voice cords. Doctors both in Nigeria and abroad are in agreement that I must have come in contact with some very poisonous substance while in detention. I have visited several specialists who, by the special grace of God, have tirelessly worked on my throat and restored my voice to this extent. This is our first outing since that time, and I will continue to manage it until it gets fully restored. It feels good to be back. In 2015, Nigerians voted in President Muhammadu Buhari and the APC, believing that our economy will get stronger. Insecurity and corruption wiped out. But 6.5 years after, the economy has totally collapsed, and the lives of Nigerians are now so cheap that the government does not show empathy anymore. With every available data from the National Bureau and collaborated by experts, Nigeria is now broke and fast sliding into a failed state. In 2015, the APC shouted to the high heavens that insurgents and terrorists has taken over and controlled large expanse and territories of Nigeria, up to the size of Belgium. But today, very hungry Nigerians are in shock that insurgents, bandits, terrorists, and kidnappers are now in firm control of Nigerian territory as large as Hungary. Hungary is at least 3 times the size of Belgium. The worst part is that the government is so confused and does not know what to do. These terrorists have advanced close even to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and are in firm control of almost all the entire local government areas in neighboring Niger State, and the government continues to grab. All telecommunication signals have been cut off in the entire Zamfara State and almost all of Kaduna. This has made it practically impossible for communities under attack to call for any help whatsoever, leading to the killing of entire villages and communities, which are discovered long after the bandits have left. Katsina State government, which is the president-owned home state, has lost total control of almost half of its 34 local government areas to these bandits. Niger State, which has common boundary with Abuja, has lost some local government areas. Sokoto State is also now under attack. It must be stated that these areas were very peaceful before the coming of APC and President Muhammadu Buhari. Most of the territories in the northeast, which were also recovered before the 2015 election, which brought APC and Buhari to power, have also fallen back into the hands of the terrorists. The entire national security architecture has collapsed, and Nigeria is daily losing the war despite the trillions of naira spent by this government on security situation. Virtually all schools and educational institutions in many parts of northern Nigeria have been shut down. Keeping our children uneducated is the surest way to keep them poor and also fastest way to make them possible recruit for these terrorist bandits. Farmers in Nigeria now find it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to go to their farms again, leading to the skyrocketing of prices of very basic food commodities. Yet, we have a president who, instead of admitting his failure, was blaming imaginary middlemen. Pure water is now 20 naira, and middlemen also to be blamed for the 100% increase in price, this price has remained at 10 naira for almost 14 years. President Buhari does not even understand the problem facing the country. Hence, he does not have the solution or an idea of what the solution looks like.
Before the war, when you go to Port Harcourt, let me take Port Harcourt as an example. You have Umokuru, Umobasi, Umu. But immediately after the war, they now change the name from Umu to Rumu because they had issues that they were unable to settle during the war with the Igbos. They felt that they were cheated in the course of the war. They now decided to make little amendment. But from my own side, which is Ndone, we remain Igbo and we bear the name. And when you come to our tradition, Ibiana Ndone, Aina Piamangu, Kande, Anambra, Imo. We have our masquerade. And in our culture, the masquerade depicts our ancestral being. They use it to make laws in those days. And these are, if you are not from Igbo land, how do you have that masquerade? Now, I have two names that are Igbo names, Ikechukwu, Afamefuna. Now, if you have that name, that traditional name, and you stand to say you are not an Igbo man, it tells you you are not telling yourself the truth. Now, when you go to Ndone, typical example, we have Peter Odili. He was the former governor of Rivers State. Okay. We have Chief Victor Ifeanyi Chukwu Enebeli. Odili, sorry. He is the owner of a Brawa shipping line. So we identify ourselves as Igbos. I stand to say I am an Igbo man. I'm Igbo.
You know, to me, it's the right time for we to begin to tell ourselves the truth. You know, the most shameful thing on earth will be somebody trying to deny his ancestors because of whatever being the benefits anyone wants to have tomorrow. You know, I was not there during the war. Most of these places today that are, like if you go to Delta North today, somebody from Asaba, Ibuzo, Obashuku, Oboluku, Iseluku, these are Igbo communities. You see, they are giving their children Efunanya, Chibike,
yes,
Chukwebuka, you know, exactly the culture. They believe in 4 Igbo market days. Okay?
Of course, Oye, Afo, Nkwo.
You know, when somebody believes in Igbo 4 market days, the same way the 5 states believe, the masquerade is the same way. Like in Delta North, the name of their king is Obi. Obi of this. Obi is not Yoruba name. Obi is not Hausa name.
No.
Obi is not Benin name.
It is not a Urobo name.
It's not a Urobo name.
Not a John name.
It's not a John name.
Not a Fik name.
It's not a Fik name.
Yes.
Obi is Igbo name. Like me now talking, my son name is Obi. So, you know, some of them in Delta North, few of them says, we come from Benin. If you come from Benin, why are you not answering Benin name? Why are you answering Igbo name? I would say I'm very proud of him because being a River State man, mentioning his name, Igbo name, and he's also speaking Igbo. I'm hearing him, he's hearing me. It's a shameful thing for someone to deny his ancestors just because of benefit. I heard that after the war, some people from that riverine area, they tried to change their identity in order to be favored by the federal government. You know, after the war, there was this Igbo people are somehow segregated. So for you to fit in the country that time, you have to deny whom you are.
To be able to get a benefit.
So to be able to get a benefit. And
man, I can draw that benefit I need to now. The benefit.
Where is it now? Even here divide and rule. Now, if you check, how many of them were all you well? Okay.
Okay, this is very, very interesting. Are you still there? This is Seraphic